Julius Caesar, a psychological profile based on the Big Five personality model. Who was Julius Caesar? Julius Caesar, born in 100 BCE in Rome, was a pivotal figure in the history of the Roman Republic, transitioning it into the Roman Empire. As a military general, statesman, and dictator, Caesar left an indelible mark through his conquests, political reforms, and eventual assassination in 44 BCE. His leadership, charisma, and ambition are celebrated and scrutinized in equal measure, making him a fascinating subject for psychological exploration. Applying the Big Five personality model offers a structured approach to understanding his personality and the traits that defined his historical significance. What is the Big Five personality model? The Big Five personality model, also known as the five-factor model, is a psychological framework that assesses personality through five broad dimensions: openness to experience, conscientiousness, extraversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Each trait represents a spectrum, and individuals can score high, low, or somewhere in between. This model is widely regarded for its ability to encapsulate human personality comprehensively, making it ideal for analyzing historical figures like Julius Caesar. Now let's analyze Julius Caesar by using the Big Five personality model. 1. Openness to experience. Julius Caesar's openness to experience was a defining trait that allowed him to break traditional molds and pursue bold, innovative paths. His willingness to explore uncharted territories, both literally and metaphorically, was evident in his military conquests, such as his campaigns in Gaul and his daring crossing of the Rubicon River, which defied Roman law and changed the political trajectory of Rome. Beyond his military endeavors, Caesar was an intellectual, with a deep appreciation for culture, philosophy, and the arts. His writings, especially Commentarii de Bello Gallico, demonstrate his ability to think critically, narrate events with precision, and connect with diverse audiences. He also valued innovation in governance, introducing reforms in the Roman calendar, creating the Julian calendar, and restructuring the Senate. These actions illustrate his preference for novelty, creativity, and intellectual engagement, which are hallmarks of high openness. Conscientiousness. Caesar's conscientiousness was seen in his relentless pursuit of goals and his exceptional organizational skills. As a military commander, he meticulously planned campaigns, ensuring logistical efficiency for his armies across vast distances. His ability to manage resources, motivate soldiers, and adapt to changing battle conditions highlights a disciplined and goal-oriented mindset. For example, during the Siege of Alesia, Caesar demonstrated strategic brilliance by constructing dual-layer fortifications to combat both the besieged Gauls and their reinforcements. However, Caesar's conscientiousness was not without its flaws. His unyielding ambition sometimes led him to act impulsively, overextending his power. Declaring himself dictator for life, for instance, showed a lapse in judgment regarding the political consequences of such actions. Nevertheless, his conscientiousness largely contributed to his extraordinary success as a leader and reformer. 3. Extraversion. Caesar's high extraversion was a cornerstone of his ability to lead and influence. His charisma and natural charm enabled him to forge strong alliances, whether with influential figures like Pompey and Crassus during the First Triumvirate, or with his soldiers, who revered him for his bravery and camaraderie. Caesar thrived in public settings, captivating crowds with his oratory skills and persuasive rhetoric. He understood the importance of public image, often using grand gestures and spectacles to solidify his popularity among the Roman populace, such as distributing wealth, hosting games, and celebrating his military triumphs with elaborate parades. His extraversion also extended to his interpersonal relationships. Caesar's numerous romantic liaisons, including his well-documented affair with Cleopatra, underscore his sociability and boldness. His confident and assertive nature often placed him at the center of attention, a role he embraced fully. 4. Agreeableness. Caesar's agreeableness was nuanced and highly situational. On one hand, he demonstrated remarkable diplomacy and a capacity to form alliances. whether through political maneuvering, marriage arrangements, or rewarding loyalty among his followers. For example, he pardoned many of his enemies after the civil wars, aiming to consolidate power without further bloodshed. On the other hand, Caesar was unafraid to employ ruthless tactics when necessary. His military campaigns often involved brutal subjugation of opposing forces, as seen during the Gallic Wars, where entire tribes were massacred or enslaved. Politically, Caesar was pragmatic, often prioritizing his own ambitions over the collective good. His decision to erode the power of the Senate and concentrate authority in his hands illustrates a self-serving approach that occasionally alienated allies. Thus, his agreeableness was limited by his strategic objectives, which often outweighed his concern for harmony or altruism. Neuroticism. Caesar exhibited low neuroticism, showcasing exceptional emotional stability and resilience in the face of adversity. Whether during his early capture by pirates or his numerous military campaigns, Caesar maintained a calm and composed demeanor, often turning setbacks into opportunities. For instance, when the Senate stripped him of his command and declared him an enemy of the state, Caesar responded decisively by crossing the Rubicon, an act of calculated defiance that revealed his unshakable confidence. His ability to inspire loyalty among his troops was partly due to his unwavering composure under pressure, which provided reassurance and stability to those around him. Even as he faced threats of assassination, Caesar displayed a degree of fatalistic acceptance, famously dismissing his own security concerns with the words, "The die is cast." This emotional resilience, combined with his rational and pragmatic approach to challenges, underscores his low neuroticism. Conclusion: Julius Caesar's psychological profile, when analyzed through the Big Five personality model, provides a detailed understanding of the traits that underpinned his extraordinary life. His high openness fueled his visionary thinking. His conscientiousness drove his success as a leader. His extraversion made him a captivating figure. His selective agreeableness balanced diplomacy and pragmatism, and his low neuroticism enabled him to remain composed under pressure. These traits, in combination, made him one of history's most compelling and influential leaders, whose legacy continues to resonate across centuries.